Nigeria Labour Congress just rejected the government's 100,000 naira minimum wage proposal, and they are not asking for a small increase. They are demanding for 1 million naira per month. Before you say that is too much, let me give you the context that makes this argument make sense. In 2019, Nigeria's minimum wage was around 30,000 naira. In 2024, Tinubu raised it to 70,000 naira, and economists immediately pointed out that 70,000 naira in 2024 buys you less than 30,000 naira would buy you in 2019, because inflation had already eaten the increase before workers could even spend it. Now, government is proposing 100,000 naira, and NLC is saying with food inflation above 40%, fuel at 1,200 naira per litre, rent increasing every year, and electricity tariff off by 240%, 100,000 naira does not cover the basic cost of living for any Nigerian family today. Tinubu just returned subsidy. NLC's calculation for 1 million naira is based on what they call a living wage, not just a surviving wage. They factored in rent, food, transport, school fee, and healthcare and utility as well. And their numbers came out to approximately 1 million naira for a family of 4 to live with basic dignity in Nigeria in 2026. Now, is 1 million naira realistic? Probably not immediately. But the conversation NLC is forcing is the right one. The question is not whether the workers are being paid. The question is, what does it actually cost to live in Nigeria today? And the gap between those two numbers is what is destroying the Nigerian middle class. Remember, I covered a video about this. Check my channel, you'll find it. The government will negotiate, and the final number will land somewhere between that 100,000 naira and 1 million naira. But whatever that number is, if it does not match the real cost of living, it is just another number on paper. Drop your answer in the comment section. What do you think is a fair minimum wage for Nigeria in 2026? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made the statement this week that as Nigerian talking, he said, I want to quote him directly, that difficult economic reforms undertaken by his administration saved Nigeria from economic collapse and have started yielding positive results across key sectors. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he saved Nigeria. Now, let's be fair. Before I give you the other side, because this is a duty about me, I will give you both sides. Trust me. On the government side, there is a real argument to be made. GDP is growing at 3.98%. External reserves are at 7 years high. A trade surplus of 5 consecutive quarters. Inflation is coming down from its 34% peak. The IMF and World Bank have both said that without the subsidy removal and the forex reform, Nigeria's fiscal situation would have been catastrophic. The argument that the reforms were necessary, that argument, it has merits. Let's go to the other side. Here is the other side that every ordinary Nigeria is living. Petrol, over 1,200 naira per litre. Food inflation, more than 40% at the moment. The naira lost over 70% of its value. 35 million Nigerians are facing acute food insecurity this year alone. Public debt jumped from 87 trillion to 144 trillion in 3 years. So the question is not whether Nigeria was saved. The question is, saved for who? Because the macro numbers, they look better on paper, but the micro reality, the woman in the market, the man buying gari, the man driving keke napep, the family paying electricity bill, the reality is still extremely painful. So Tinubu said, I saved Nigeria. He saved Nigeria, not me. Nigerians are saying, why are we still suffering? So both things can be true at the same time. And that is the honest, complicated truth of economic reform under Tinubu's regime. So I want to ask you, do you agree with Tinubu? Do you agree that he saved Nigeria? Drop yes in the comment section if you agree. If you don't agree, drop no. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Thames, Whiskey, Burna Boy, Asake, 4 Nigerians all nominated at the 2026 BET Award in the same year. Let me tell you why this is bigger than Nigerians are even treating it. The BET Awards were created in 2001 specifically to celebrate Black excellence in music, entertainment, and sports. It is one of the most watched award shows in Black communities across America and globally. And Nigerian artist dominating his nomination in 2026 is the clearest sign yet that Afrobeat is not a trend. It is a permanent global force. Think about where we were 15 years ago. Nigerian music industry were barely known outside of our borders. Now, Tems is selling out arenas in America and Europe. Wizkid's music plays in clubs from Lagos to London to Los Angeles. What about Burna Boy? He just became one of the 2 artists chosen to soundtrack FIFA World Cup. And Asake, who was relatively unknown just a few years ago, is now internationally nominated. And this is happening at the same time that Nollywood is growing globally on Netflix. At the same time that Nigerian fashion is showing up at international runways. At the same time that Nigerian food, Nigerian slang, Nigerian culture is spreading across the world through the diaspora. Nigeria is broken in many ways. We talk about that honestly on this channel every single day. We talk about the insecurity, we talk about the cost of living, we talk about the broken electricity, we talk about the politicians that has failed us. But in creativity, in talent, in culture, in music, in storytelling, Nigeria is producing some of the most remarkable human beings on the planet right now. And that deserves to be celebrated without apology. Which of these 4, Tems, Wizkid, Asake, Burna Boy, do you think will win the BET award? Drop your pick in the comment section and celebrate Nigeria with me today. Shakira, Burna Boy, the official 2026 FIFA World Cup song, Die Die. Let me just say that again so it can land properly. The biggest sporting event in the world, the FIFA World Cup, has chosen a Nigerian as one of its 2 artists to soundtrack it. Not a European artist, not an American artist, a Nigerian, Burna Boy, the Grammy winner, Afrobeats global ambassador, the man who has been telling the world for 4 years that African music belongs to the biggest tables and is now literally on the biggest stage in the world, the World Cup. That is not small, my bro. The FIFA World Cup official song is heard by literally billions of people. It is played at every stadium, every broadcast, every highlight reel, every fan zone across the globe. And for the duration of this World Cup, Burna Boy's voice will be the sound that accompanies the World Cup game. And the song called Die Die, which means money in multiple African and Middle East languages. The World Cup is in the United States, Canada, and Mexico this year. And they chose a song that connects Africa to the world. Also, Tems, Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Asake all got 2026 BET Award nomination this week. Nigerian music is not just having a moment. Nigerian music is having a decade. And the world is finally paying attention in the way it should have always been paying attention. Nigeria, we do not celebrate our own enough. Today, we celebrate. Drop a fire emoji in the comments